Hello guys, welcome to another podcast and another vlog here in Big Man in the Woods. It is, my diary says, the 13th of November, Sunday. It is exactly 20 past 8 in the evening, and to my side is empty. That is because no producer Grace, because it's way past bedtime, and it's been a long day. We're all rather poorly this week. Excuse me. Man flu. This is week 2 of having man flu, so I'm not feeling the best, and the voice is a bit strange. So if you're listening on the podcast and vlog thinking, that doesn't really sound like Mark, well, that's why. And I'm down in the shed. Oh, you can't see this. You know, as kids, when you used to go to school and you're like, you think you were cool because you were smoking because of the steam. Well, it is cold in the shed, so I brought a cup of tea down to keep my throat warmed up. So. Cheers, thank you very much. This vlog is all about scouting. I've got my I Scout jumper, which I'm deadly proud to wear. And my wife moans at me all the time. She's like, you wear scouting jumpers all the time. If it's not this one, it's my other flame one, or my Big Man in the Woods hoodie. It's because I'm so proud of scouting. And I'm wearing my Poppy Day Parade remembrance scarf. And hopefully, if I turn the camera, can we see that? No, I'll lift my hood up. Can we see that? Here. Yep. It's my Poppy Day scarf. If you're into scouting, you'll know why I'm laughing, because some people call it scarf, some people call it necker. I call it a scarf, so whatever. So blog today, as I said, is going to be about why I got in scouting. And why I've teamed up with the best family in the whole of the world. It's called Scouting Family. Just over 89,000 adults just in the UK have signed up to scouting, whether that's to be a leader or behind the scenes, admin, parent committee, that kind of stuff. 89,000 adults have teamed up to help the scouting organisation in the UK, which is absolutely amazing. So, I've been in Scouts for 7 years. Maybe, is it 7 years? Yeah, it is 7 years. 7 or 8 years, something like that. Just under 10 years. Did I have a scouting career? No. I went to Beavers for about a month. And I spoke to my mum about this last week, and she said apparently I cried and cried and cried. I hated Beavers. So I went off to St John's Ambulance. I love that. Was a badger, then badger, beaver. I went on to cadets. Badger, beaver. Yeah, I was a badger and beaver at the same time. So my St John's was a beaver. No, that's Scouts. St John's was a badger. Then cadets, went on to adults, and then served for them for many, many years. And I have to be very thankful to St John's Ambulance, because that's where it got me into my job, where I'm currently working in the operating theatre. Wow, that's a secret I never told anyone. Yep, you heard it here. I've never told anyone what my full-time job is. I work in operating theatre. That's another story. I still do radio, but my main job is hospital. So I have to thank a lot to St John's Ambulance. So how did I get back into scouting? Why 7 years ago did I think, how was I, 29? Is it 29, 28, 29, something like that? Why did I want to be a scout leader? Why? You know, had a nice comfortable life doing absolutely nothing. I'd get home from work, put my feet up, and do absolutely bugger all in the evenings. And that's why. That is the reason why. I left my town where I grew up to move in with my girlfriend, who is now my wife, in London. I had no friends. All I knew was her and her family. That's it. I had jack all friends. No one. And it got to a day when I was talking at work, and one of the people I work with said, hey, my kids are in Cubs, and your personality would suit being a Cub leader. You should look into being a scout. Not a scout, a scout leader. I said, nah, it's not for me. I haven't been camping. I don't do any of that stuff. Camping? Never. I used to go holidays in a caravan. Never camping before. That wasn't my parents' kind of idea of a holiday. So what have I got to give to scouting? Isn't scouting all about camping? Incorrect. So talking to a few people, I went on Google, put in for my details to find out where my new scout group was. Scouts.org.uk, I believe the link is. I'll put it here. It's running now, and I'll put it in my notes at the end of the vlog and podcast on how you can find out where your nearest scouting group is, because I can't remember the stats. Can't remember. It's something like you're within half a mile of a scout group, or a mile, something like that. It's some random fact. The district commissioner, the guy who's in charge of the scouts in my area where I live, he contacted me and said, "Hey Mark, you sound awesome. Come along and come for a chat and find out what Scouts is about and what you want to give back to scouting." 7 years later, I'm still here. I am absolutely having a whale of a time. My main reason, to be honest, was to make adult friends. I have got so many cool. I am proud to say they are absolutely close friends of mine. I speak to them probably on a daily basis. They have become so much of my life, and I owe them quite a lot. They helped me get through a lot of stuff in life, not just scouting wise, but kind of adult careers and sounding off, you know. I have a really cool friend in Australia called Brian. I met him because of Scouts. He posted online saying, "Hey, I'm a Scouter from Australia. Anyone in London fancy meeting up?" I met him in Soho with another Scout leader friend of mine that I made. We went for a Chinese meal. I think that was 5 years ago, and we're still in touch to this very day. I have friends in America. I have friends in Ireland. I'm part of Scouting Radio in Ireland. It's amazing. Ooh. Heard a noise out there. Turning into Grace now, aren't I? So from a scouting to make friends point of view, absolutely amazing. I have made so many adult friends. And what's weird now is some of the scouts that I started with when they were young, and now grown up, they're 18, 19, 20 plus. I see them out and about where I live. I see them in a few pubs. That's really cool to see how they've progressed. One is a doctor. One's about to go and become an airplane engineer. Amazing. I'm so proud to be part of these guys' lives, and I hope that they still remember a part of scouting when they are grown up my age and remember the things that we did. So what do I do as a scout leader? 2 hours a week, apparently. In reality, it's not. It's more like 2 hours every single day as a scout leader. But it's what you put into it. You know, you can put a lot of hours into it, or you can just be an occasional helper and just go for a month or week. Not every kind of week, a month or a week. That doesn't make sense. What was it? Once a week, a month. Stuff like that. Or you just want to be in the admin, or look after the equipment, look after the gear, turn up at camp, pack the van up, unpack the van. That's your stuff done for scouting. Amazing. All these little bits help to make an amazing scout group. Another slurp of tea. This is the best medicine when you have man flu. Tea. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, as a scout, you know, as an adult helping in scouts, it's amazing. For your CV, incredible. Everyone says it to the young scouts, to the young people. Scouting on your CV will really help you get far in your career. It is so, so true. Even in my job, I meet lots of scout people, and I can show my experience of team working, of managerial, of leadership. That really helps. So I was talking about I have a lack of camping skills. Back then, 7 years ago, I did no camping at all. Absolutely right. But scouting associations, provide you really high quality training of all different aspects of scouting. So I did lots about camping and admin and how camps work, that kind of stuff. And then, as you've seen in previous blogs and previous vlogs and podcasting, I've now teamed up with Bush Scouts. And these is a group of leaders around the UK who go around passing on knowledge of practical skills on the outdoor. Bushcraft, fire lighting, tarps, you've seen it. I'll put a link on it. So that's really helped. I've done lots of bushcraft courses, as you've seen with Paul Curley. All that kind of stuff has really helped. But you don't need that kind of thing. There's a whole variety of skills that you need. I'm absolutely rubbish at map reading, at hiking. I am rubbish. I put my hands up, you know. We're not good at everything. But I have another scout leader who's from Ireland, Aoife. She is fantastic at that. So in the new year, man flu again. In the new year, she's going to do hiking and stuff like that. I have a university student who's acting. He's teaching the Scouts how to act. There's loads of stuff that he's doing. A Canadian leader who's bringing over some Pinewood Derby stuff. She's doing that. And then you can call upon different leaders from different parts of the district where you are to come and help. Maybe someone does first aid, someone does a bit of this and a bit of that, a bit of cooking, It's amazing. The world is your oyster. I seriously love Scouting so much. It's great. Giving stuff back to the youth, you know, the young people today. Remembrance Sunday, there was over 350 young people just in Scouts that turned up. That doesn't include the Girl Guides. That doesn't include the St. John's Ambulance Cadets. That doesn't include the RAF cadets, Army cadets, police cadets. 350, I believe it was, young people from Scouting was at my Remembrance Parade. That just shows, you know, it's just amazing that these young people are prepared to give up their Sunday morning just to remember the fallen, you know, the guys that have created a world where we can live now with freedom of choice. We're not going to get into politics and Trump and all that kind of stuff. That's the week. No. But I just wanted to say, you know, Scout leader, it is awesome. If you have any questions about why I should be a Scout leader, drop me an email, mark@bigmaninthewoods. I will gladly help you answer those questions. I will give you my advice, what I think is the pros, what is the cons. There are a few cons. It does get political. It's a bit like at work. Keep your head down, keep out the gossip. There's always people going, why did you do that? Oh, you shouldn't do that. That's not traditional Scouting. This is a necker. This is not a scarf. It happens everywhere, doesn't it? It happens at your work, it happens at my work, it happens at everyone's work. It's going to happen in Scouts, isn't it? It's the nature of the beast, really, but you've just got to go along with it, plod along. You'll have so much fun. But then there are the days where you think, I've spent so much time. I've prepped this evening course. I've done my homework. I've gone to buy the goods from the shops because they're doing a cooking night or whatever, you know. Then the Scouts come along, they have a bad day, they're disruptive, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that, they want to play, they want to do this, they want to do that, and they've ruined the night. And you've spent maybe a week planning it, maybe even 2 weeks planning it, and it's gone, it's ruined in an hour. The Scouts just don't want to do it. Maybe one, they think it's boring, it's not a good event. Or secondly, something that I've learnt over the years, not just from personal, but from talking to other Scout leaders, that if it's been raining at school, and they've not been allowed to go out, they come to Scouts, they have so much energy. Sometimes it's best to scrap your planned evening and just have a games night, because those Scouts have got so much energy that they need to burn off because they haven't been able to run around at school. You know, that's my experience. Just scrap your planned evening and have a games night. So for me, Scouting, it's a way of life. I love it. I can't imagine me not doing Scouting now. You know, relatively new compared to the other people that I know have been doing it for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. There's a guy in my district who started as a cub, you know, and that's like 70 years, 60 years, something like that. He's been involved in Scouting in a different level as time progresses. Oh, this man flu is doing my head in. So become a Scout leader. Honestly, it is great fun. Just 1 hour a week, whatever you want to do, even if it's one every 6 months. Sign up, help the young people. You know, it's just not about camping. Believe me, there's loads of stuff. So we've been, what did we do last week? We did poppies last week. So one of the guys made poppies into like a windmill. As you can see, I'm putting a picture up now. The following week, we learned about photography. We did some nighttime painting, as you can see now. I might try and balance these pictures on my hand. That'll be quite cool, wouldn't it? I do first aid. We've been to Sky Studios. We're lucky enough to not be that far away from Sky Studios. So we've been there and done some pieces there. Go-kart building, cooking nights. We've learnt about World War, we've learnt about Diwali, we've learnt about different religions. It's just not about camping. Scouts has now moved on so much from when Robert Baden-Powell started it. It's changed so much, but we still like to keep the tradition, still like to do camping. back to basics, outdoors. That's the main thing. Getting the scout out. But we've changed so much. We learn about coding. We learn about computers. Load of stuff. And if you look online, you can see scouts loading out videos that they've made, vlogs that they made, podcasts that they made, radio stations. There's a thing called Jotty, Jamboree Online. I'm sure you've heard about Jamboree, where scouts from around the world get together. Thousands. Well, this happens on the internet now. So we're learning about CB radios as well as online Skyping and things like that. It's amazing. The scouting thing is huge amount of activities you can do. You can see I'm passionate. I'm getting hyped, you know, it's amazing. One of my friends, the old man in the woods, Terry Longhurst, when I'm having a bad scouting week, phone him up and he says, you know what, if you cut your wrist, the blood in there will say scouting. Once you're a scout, you'll always be a scout. That's a good motto to go with, you know. And it's helped my love of Bear Grylls. He was one of the guys that got me involved in scouting. So there you go, Bear Grylls, Chief Scout. Yeah, so on my honour, I promise I'll do my best to do my duty to God and to Queen, to help other people and to keep the Scout law. There we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed my vlog about why I'm a Scout leader, and I hope one day you would join me in the scouting family throughout the world. You never know, I might see you at Gilwell. So if you have any more questions about scouting, post me an email, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, and I will do my very best to answer your scouting question. If you've got something that I can't answer, I will ask other people. The website, once again, is here. You put in your postcode and it will tell you where your nearest scout group is, and it's just here, scouts.org.uk, I believe. If I'm wrong, this text here will be the right link. So there we go, guys. Okay, hope you enjoyed my brief 10-15 minutes about why I'm a Scout leader. Enjoy. One more thing, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Facebook, my Twitter. You know the thing. If you're on podcast, thank you very much for downloading my podcast on iTunes, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. If you're listening on podcast and you think, hey, he does a vlog, I can actually see him. Yep, I do. And likewise, if you're watching the blog and you travel a lot, put your headphones in, download the podcast, and you can listen or you can see me. The world is your oyster. I'm giving you an opportunity to see and listen to me. Amazing. Hopefully next time I'll have my normal voice back, not this little teenager voice back. But until next time, guys, happy camping and all the best. Take care.